好的，我们现在马上透过视讯专访欧洲议会的议员米利安列克斯曼女士。Now joining us is Ms. Milean列克斯曼, member of European Parliament and the co-chair of IPAC, Inter-Parliamentary Alliance on China. Good morning, Madam Co-chair. Thank you for accepting my interview request. Good morning, Madam.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Yes, my first question for you today is that we know that 3 months ago, and 3 months has passed since the establishment of the Inter-Parliamentary Alliance on China, IPAC, in June of this year. And do you think the world, especially Europe, has already gained a better understanding of China's emerging powers?
Yes, I think the world got a better understanding of China's power during the pandemics, during the first wave of the pandemics. I would quote Cardinal Bo, who said that it's the corruption, lies, and pressure from the Chinese Communist Party which are responsible for these pandemics. And we in Europe, we have experienced a couple of ways how the Chinese regime and the Communist Party was trying to increase pressure on different member states, where flexing its muscles in terms of delivery, the very important material we needed for protection of our health during the pandemics. They were trying to influence reports created by the European Commission, and that's why I think slowly the European Union and the member states of the European Union are realizing that our maybe economic dependency on China is not, it could be used against us and can be geopolitically used against us by China.
Yeah, and since the outbreak of COVID-19, Taiwan has been doing a very good job in combating and controlling the virus. And Taiwan is really willing to share its experience with the world and even has donated facial masks to the European Union and many other countries. And so what is your overall impression on Taiwan at this moment?
We actually were observing with a great admiration the success of the Taiwanese story, how you managed to deal with the pandemics. We in Europe, we didn't have any experience of such a largely spread pandemics before. And we definitely were trying to see what the Taiwanese people are doing and how the country is defending its own population from this disease. So for us, it is definitely a great example. On the other hand, we are regretting that Taiwan is still not a member of the World Health Organization Assembly. And as I did, but also many of my colleagues are expressing it again and again, that this should be the case, that Taiwan should be member of this assembly because Taiwan has a lot to add, and we have seen it during these pandemics.
Yeah, the Taiwanese government has tried very hard to promote the idea that Taiwan can help. And do you think that the public understanding about Taiwan has increased at this moment? And what can Taiwan do to increase its international recognition and participation?
I think the pandemic has shown a great example of that Taiwan is our partner. Taiwan is not only a country which managed to fight the pandemics and save its citizens, but Taiwan is also our partner in Asia, which is a country sharing, is a democratic country sharing our values. And I think that's very important, and there is lots to build upon this basis.
Yeah, and on August 25th, you issued a statement signed by 70 leaders from the European Parliament, US and Canada and Australia to support the Czech speakers to visit Taiwan. And we truly appreciate your support for Taiwan. Could you please tell us why you initiated this statement and why is it important to support Taiwan?
Yes, I have followed the story, how China has was trying to make an absolutely unacceptable pressure on the previous Speaker of the Czech Parliament, Mr. Kubera, when he was planning the trip to Taiwan. We all know the sad story that among the enormous pressure of China on the Speaker of the Parliament, Mr. Kubera has passed away. And that's why I appreciated the the courage of Mr. Vystrčil, the current Speaker of the Czech Parliament, to actually organize the visit Mr. Kubera was planning to do, and stand up to the Chinese pressure. That's why I believe that the whole democratic world should have been standing, or should be standing behind Mr. Vystrčil and support his visit. And that was why I have collected the signatures, and I have asked my colleagues from members of parliaments from all around the world to support his visit, because I believe that the democratic country and sovereign country has its own rights to create its own economic cooperation with other countries, and no one, not even the Chinese Communist regime, can interfere into these rights.
Yeah, correct. And right after the visit of the Czech delegation, Taiwan's President Tsai indicated that Taiwan hopes to sign a bilateral investment agreement with the EU. Do you have any suggestions in how can the EU and Taiwan deepen the trade ties?
Well, I'm afraid it will not be an easy journey, but I can only tell that the Interparliamentary Alliance on China will support this. And me, as a member of the parliament, that Taiwan has lots of supporters and friends. We can also help, but obviously the first initiation has to be taken by the Commission, and the Commission should lead the negotiations where we have no say. But obviously we can try to support it as much as we can through our political leverage and our political possibilities.
Yeah, we understand. And we also certainly look forward to seeing more exchanges in the future between the EU and Taiwan. And will you consider inviting Taiwan's high-ranking officials, even our president, to the European Union to give a speech?
Well, unfortunately, it's not up to me. If it were, Mr. President will be already invited. But I hope that the relations, as we could see that during the pandemics, have improved. I think many people in Europe have learned about the story of Taiwan through the visit of Mr. Vystrčil and through the kind of developments related to the pandemics. And I think there is a great support for Taiwan and its own, that Taiwan can shape its own relationship in the geopolitical world by itself. And you have a great support among the European EU countries, citizens, as well as in the European Parliament. And of course, the IPAC, the Interparliamentary Alliance, will be on your side too.
Yes, and Taiwan is a beacon of democracy in Asia, and we share the same values of freedom, transparency, and human rights. And with the EU, however, Taiwan still faces great difficulties in the international arena due to pressures from China. So far, Taiwan is not a member to the WHO and the UN. How can the EU help Taiwan expand its international participation?
As I already mentioned, members of the European Parliament that we have already requested that Taiwan will be a member of the World Health Organization Assembly, and we are trying to continue in our pressure. We believe that it's Taiwan's right to be there, and especially when we have learned that Taiwan has a lot to add and help to protect the safety and health of people worldwide.
Mm-hmm. And do you expect to see Taiwan's participation in IPAC in the future? And what can Taiwan do to deepen its cooperation with IPAC?
Of course, we already count on participation of Taiwan in IPAC. We are in touch with political leadership and with people representing Taiwan or helping us, experts who are helping us to understand the relationship. So for sure, we are counting on Taiwan. I will be very happy if we will be one day, but of course now, because the second wave of the pandemic is already here, it might be difficult, but I hope that one day we'll be able to visit Taiwan and learn more about the story of Taiwan as a democratic country in Asia, which is one of the few, I would say, but also to understand a little bit better how we can approach China, that China will transform in a democratic, open state, and we can help the people in China who deserve to live in a free and democratic country as well as any other person in this planet. So this is our goal, and I'm sure that Taiwan is going to help us with this mission.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Co-Chair, for this interview. We appreciate your valuable views and your support for Taiwan. And we'd like to hear more your opinions in the future and hope to talk to you more in the future. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you very much. Have a good day too.